Assalamu alaikum and hello. So today we are making this crochet bookmark and I'm using a 4 mm hook and I'm using a thicker yarn so the stitches will be clear, whereas I usually use a lace weight yarn and also a 2 mm hook. So we begin with 8 chains and then we join it to make a circle. We join with a slip stitch. Now make 1 single crochet and 1 CH, that counts as your first double crochet, and then make 13 double crochets into the circle. Now turn your work and into the first stitch goes 1 single crochet and 1 chain. Again, this is your first DC, and then chain 1, and into the next stitch 1 DC and 1 chain, and it goes on like that till the end. So you will have 14 DCs and 1 chain space in between all of those. At this point I have to tell you that you have to count your stitches, because you're sure to miss that one last stitch if you didn't count your work. So that's my final DC. Now turn your work and into each 1 chain space goes 1 single crochet and 2 chains and 1 more single crochet into the same 1 chain space. So that's your picot. 1 single crochet, 2 chains and 1 single crochet into each gaps between those DC. So now I've completed 10 picots, and in the 11th space I'll do 1 single crochet and 5 chains, and then 1 single crochet into the last 1 chain space. Skip all the other stitches and all the other gaps in between, and 1 single crochet into the last 1 chain space. Turn your work and make your first DC, that is 1 single crochet and 1 chain, and 13 DC into the small circle you've just created. This is your second fan that we are starting. Now that's my last DC. Now skip 1 picot and into the next picot, that is the two chain space, we will single crochet. Now turn your work and do not work into the first stitch, work into the next one, that is your last DC. 1 single crochet, 1 chain and 1 more chain, and then 1 DC and 1 chain into your next stitch. So it's basically the same pattern that you've previously done. And till the end, and then I'll make my picots into the 1 chain spaces. Again I'll make only 10 picots. Into the 11th space I'll be starting my third fan. So the same pattern repeats. We have to make 1 single crochet, 5 chain, and then join with a single crochet into the last 1 chain space. Turn your work and repeat the pattern. 1 single crochet and 1 chain, that is your first DC, and then again 13 DC into that circle. And when you're finished with the 13 DC, then skip a picot, and into the next picot we'll join with a single crochet, and then turn our work and repeat the pattern of 1 DC and 1 chain into each stitch. Again, make sure you're not working into the first stitch, that is your single crochet. You have to work into your last DC. Now this is my final DC into the last stitch. Now we have to join this with a single crochet into the first fan. Count to the 7th picot and join it with a single crochet. This is into the 7th picot from the other end. Now work into the 1 chain space, 1 single crochet, 2 chain, 1 single crochet, and then so forth. After 10 picots into the 11th 1 chain space, we make 1 single crochet, 5 chains, and then join to the last 1 chain space. It's basically the same pattern of the second fan and the third fan. We repeat it till we have about 8 fans in total. So when you're done with your 8 fans, here I'm not doing the whole thing, you'll just do your picots into every 1 chain space. Previously we used to do 10 picots and then start the next fan. Here we'll just do the picots into every 1 chain space, and then tie off and then weave in your ends. This is something I've previously done with a lace weight yarn and a 2mm hook. I've made 8 fans in total. It's totally up to you how many fans you make. And this is another one. 6 fans I've made in this. I haven't weaved in the ends yet. Then you can make a tassel at the end, or you can make something in the top to hang out. You can personalize it to your liking. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you try out one of these fan bookmarks.